It's a super easy blog address. It's becreativestamping.com, okay? So let me show you how to get there. Right now we are on my Facebook page, and I have it marked here on one of my bookmarks. So I'm gonna go to Be Creative Stamping. Again, super easy blog address, all right? It's becreativestamping.com. So we're actually gonna scroll down a little bit and talk about the summer getaway kit in case you're interested. I only have 6 left. Here, right here is the summer getaway kit. It's part of a Stampin' Up kit. I've added more cards for you. And there's some embellishments and designer paper in the kit too, all right? So this is all about the kit. This blog post is dated June 13th. That's when I launched it, and I'm almost sold out. So what you'll do is you can read a blurb about it, and then it says click here to register and pay for your summer getaway kit. So when I click the word here, it brings me right here, okay? So the summer getaway kit is $38, and if I'm shipping to you, it's $9 priority mail shipping, okay? That'll get there in 2 to 3 days, and it gives us tracking information. So this is the all-inclusive card kit. This is for my ladies who are local. And then if you need me to ship it to you, you would click this button right here to pay, all right? So I'm gonna show you what's in it. Would you like me to do that? All right, so now let me scoot over. I'm gonna show you the cards in person. This is one of the cards here. All of the cards are pre-cut for you. They're in a clear envelope, and it's even labeled. It says card 4. It's a written tutorial. The tutorial, I want to say, is about 8 pages long, and I email you the tutorial. And here's another one of the cards right here, and I'm using the Hostess paper that's in the annual catalog, and I always forget the name of it, but it's a huge pack of paper, and you get a sampling of it in your kit. And then here's another one of the cards. You also get a stamp set, a birthday stamp set, an ink spot, and you get additional cards. All right, I think you get 12 additional cards with this, and they're birthday cake cards, okay? And I have, you know what, I don't have my cards that I have already made, but here is a sampling of all the cards together. See the card with the cake? That's one of the cards. And the one on top that says hip hip hooray with the candles, that's another card. So you get quite a number of cards there. All right, so be aware of that. Only 6 left. I'll be taking them with me this weekend to classes. So if anyone wants to purchase Friday or Saturday in class, you can do that. All right, I'll have the kits with me. I doubt they'll last till Monday. It is very possible that those kits that I'm shipping will ship tomorrow. I think I'm gonna have time to do it now that I'm mobile. And if anybody purchases a kit tonight via PayPal, I can ship it out tomorrow as well, okay? All right, so then the next thing we're gonna look at is the mini product shares. So I did all the pricing when I had my foot up, but I was unable to cut the paper, wrap the ribbon, and get the embellishments together. So right here is all about my mini paper shares. And for those of you who purchase my shares, if you want to chime in right now and tell people how much you love them, one thing that I do with designer paper is I create a divider between each stack. It's labeled, it's got an item number, the title of it, the page in the book. It's a really helpful reference divider. And then also with the ribbon, it gets labeled individually with names and item numbers. Hi, Joanne, thank you. So the designer paper and specialty paper share, you get every single paper package in the mini. That's 174 sheets. I cut them 6 by 6, and it is $65 for the designer and specialty paper share. So that makes it about 37 cents per sheet. Now the ribbon share's right here, and that's 2.5 yards of each ribbon. That's 20 yards of ribbon from this catalog for $25, okay? And the embellishment share includes 456 pieces. And you get a half a package of each embellishment. And the embellishment share is $35. I put all the embellishments in an acetate card box. Everything's labeled. I am big on labeling, all right? So you can purchase 1 share, you can purchase 2 shares, or all 3. It's up to you. You might say, I only want embellishments, and I can do just embellishments for you, all right? Now, the deadline's going to be next Wednesday night, July 13th, all right? So currently, I don't have a PayPal button set up here, but if you email me, I will send you an invoice for your shares. You just tell me which shares you want. And up here on my blog where it says email Tammy, just click that. Say, hey Tammy, I want designer paper and embellishments, and I'll send you an invoice for that, all right? And I can get the invoice sent to you tomorrow. All right, so I wanted you to be aware of the shares. I'm sorry I don't have them cut for you to see. I know that's helpful. All right, well, thank you, ladies. Thanks so much for the positive comments. All right, now we're gonna spend a few minutes on the Christmas retreat. All right, so you need to register by August 17th, because if you register later, the price goes up. So you wanna do early bird registration, okay? So now I'm gonna show you right here on my blog, July 4th, okay, this is when I posted it. This is all about the share. It's going to be in Richmond, Virginia at a wedding venue. It's a lovely venue. It has very large rooms, and it's going to start on Friday, September 23rd at 2 p.m. and it will end at 8. And then on Saturday, we're together all day, 9 a.m. to 8 p.m. And then Sunday, September 25th, 9 a.m. to 2 p.m. Okay, so lots of hours of being together and crafting, okay? It's my very first retreat. I think I've already spent literally 24 hours just doing the planning. And I've designed almost all the make and takes. So thank you, Gail. I'm glad you're excited. I'm excited. Now, invite all your crafty friends. Maybe they sew, maybe they knit, cross stitch, whatever it is you like to do, come and do it and enjoy it. So I'm going to give you a little more details, okay, if you don't mind. There will be ample room for you. You will either get a 6-foot rectangle table by yourself or a 4-foot round table, okay? So you have your own personal space. You will get a swag bag. I'm not going to say any more than that. It is going to be a tote, all right? Or it might be a special box that your supplies will be in. But you're going to have a tote that you take home at the end of that retreat, and it has over $50 of product inside, okay? $50, so it's a lot, all right? I hesitate to tell you, I don't want to tell you what's in it because, you know, you need surprises, right? Okay, several exclusive pillow gifts. I don't want to tell you how many, all right? I want you to be surprised. I really do. And I've already started placing orders, so I need warm bodies to come, okay? But you're gonna love your pillow gifts. They're pretty nice. 6 make and take cards and projects. Now with these 6 projects, you work on them at your leisure. These are easy cards. They're easy for you to do by yourself. You'll have a tutorial to go with it. You'll have samples. I'm going to have a room set up that is a make and take room just for make and takes, okay? And so at your leisure, you have all weekend to make these 6 projects. Now, as many of you know me pretty well, I tend to go overboard, so it's a possibility there could be a 7th make and take that I have not even allotted for, but I have a feeling I'm going to do it because I can't stop, so that'll be an extra treat. You'll have access to all my Stampin' Up! Supplies, all my stamp sets, ink pads, my Stampin' Blends, my punches. Yes, I have a lot to pack, a lot. Carol, I'd love both my Carols to come. That would be so awesome. Okay, refreshments and snack bar the entire weekend at your leisure. It'll have bottled water and Diet Coke and regular Coke. And if you have a special drink you like, bring it or let me know what it is. And there'll be snacks for you to snack on throughout the weekend at your leisure. I will have stamping kits for sale, adhesives, maybe some retired products as well. You can register with the meals or without. And I get a lot of questions about this. So let's talk about meals for a second. They have not been planned yet. I have just created a budget for the food, okay? So, and the budget is in the total cost. We will be serving 1 lunch and 2 dinners, okay? Lunch might be subs, it might be sandwiches, it could be a taco bar. I have no idea yet. As we get closer, I don't mind sharing the menu with you, okay? But I need a firm number so I know about how much money we have to play with for food. Let's see, for dinner, it could be lasagna and salad and French bread. It could be a baked potato bar. I don't know. So you have that option. If you have any food allergies or anything like that, you have the option of getting the retreat without the food. And you can just bring your food, okay? So either way, you can bring your own food in. We don't care. It's absolutely fine, okay? So you can do the without, and then you don't have to worry about what's being served, okay? But that's a great question. I've been asked that a lot. I'll have a retreat weekend ordering special just for those at the retreat. No one else will get that. You've got to be at the retreat, or if you do the online version, you'll get that special. I will create a private Facebook group. I'll probably go on and create that soon. That way we can start communicating on that Facebook group. I'll share sneak peeks. I'll share some inspiration. I will communicate what's going on behind the scenes as far as what we're doing with the retreat. So that should be a lot of fun. So, and I know I have some people signing up this weekend. And so I may go on and get that Facebook group started so we can start chatting about the retreat. I wish you could be there too, Carol. I would love for you to be there. Okay, early bird registration and payment deadline. It's Wednesday, August 17th. You're going to get 2 door prize tickets if you register by then. It's $165. It includes 2 dinners and 1 lunch, and it includes all of this, all of the surprises, the tote, the make and takes, all those goodies. Without meals, it's $140. And if you register, of course, if you register after August 17th, it's going up by $10, okay? So don't wait till the last minute. If you're local, you can pay via check. That is okay. I will have 2 optional classes that you can take that weekend. You don't have to do these, but they're fun and they're super cute. They are already made. That's what I did when my foot was up and resting. And I'll share those sneak peeks with you soon. Okay, I just need to get pictures. And today was the first day that I was in the stamp room. If you're unable to attend because of travel expenses, and I certainly get that, or you're just not able to come, you can do the online retreat version. You will receive a large box with all the goodies that are mentioned up here, plus all the tutorials. So the retreat box, I'm losing my place here. The retreat box is $125, and this tells you what's included. It does include shipping, by the way. And early bird by August 17th. After August 17th, it's going up by $10. You also have an option of both classes. Retreat boxes will not ship until October 12th or 13th. I've got to get through the live retreat. Then I can start working on the online retreat. Videos and tutorials will be emailed October 12th. Okay, if you want to do just the tutorial, let's say you're a demonstrator and you just want the tutorial, you can do that too. It's $30 and it's available October 12th, okay? Hotel accommodations if you're traveling from out of town. Okay, so I spent a great deal of time on the phone with the local hotels. I think about 4. I was able to secure a group rate of $109 plus tax, okay? All the other hotels were $10 more than that. This is the Hampton Inn and Suite. It's at Virginia Center Commons. It's 3.2 miles from the retreat venue. So it's super close. Free parking, free hot breakfast, swimming pool and hot tub, free parking and free internet. And it's within walking distance of Target, grocery store, Starbucks, Walgreens, lots of restaurants. And you can contact the Hampton Inn and Suites directly at this number and give them the reference of Crafting Retreat so that you can get that $109 room block. The special rate is good until August 26th. I will tell you that the lady that I spoke with at the Hampton Inn and Suites is very accommodating. She wanted my business and she worked hard to get it. And she asked me what all the other hotels were charging, and she went down on her price. So I feel like we're really getting a good deal there, okay? But you just contact them directly for your hotel, okay? Everybody got that? That's like a ton of information, but I think I got through everything. Any other questions? I would love to have you ladies come that watch every week that aren't local. It would be so much fun. And then you would get to meet everybody. So super excited about this. Okay, I'm just looking through comments. And by the way, for those ladies I see this weekend in class, we'll chat about it some more, okay? But I have a lot planned. Really quality projects and gifts, and I think you're going to be really happy with it. I am. I would be excited if it were me. Okay. All right. By the way, I have one in color share box left. Just one. There is one sitting on my table. All right. And so if you are interested, let me know. I'll get you the details and let you know everything that is included. Okay. Hi, Mana. All right, well, as you know, we're going to start our punch party. I'm going to move my computer out of the way. It is celebration, as many of you know. I wish I was in Ontario, Arlene. It would be so awesome to have you. It really would. I can't show you the tutorial, but that's about it, huh? Yeah, you can do both days, Joanne. Here's the other thing. If you cannot be there the entire time, it is okay. It's still the same price because the bookkeeping would be a nightmare if it wasn't. You still get all your projects. You still get everything, okay? You get it all. I will tell you this, you're going to want to be there Saturday night. I have some special things planned and I don't want you to miss them. We are going to do a door prize raffle where you can buy tickets And you can be in a drawing for some really nice Stampin' Up products and some branded merchandise. All right, so bring some cash. So I don't know where the camera is. Bring some cash so that you can purchase raffle tickets, because they're going to be really, really nice. And then, so don't miss Saturday night. But yeah, if you can't stay the whole weekend, it's okay. You still get everything. You get all the make and takes, okay? Next week, I'll show you some sneak peeks of the classes, okay, that are going to be offered, okay? All right. Let's see. So Laura says, do you think there will be enough for us to do without bringing things to make ourselves? I think there will, Laura. I'm going to have extra kits for sale. So if you run out of something to do, you can buy a kit. I've got some extra card kits that I've been saving all year. You can purchase those. I'll have adhesives for sale. So there probably is, but anything you want to work on, this is a great time to work on Christmas products, Christmas cards. So think about that. Also, it's the Sweetest Christmas Crafting Retreat, and I am featuring this entire suite, all right? I will tell you this, the stamp sets, the bundles are not included as part of the retreat. You can use my bundles when you're in the class. If you want to purchase the bundles, you can, and you'll have those with you when you come, but I will have those there. But that's our theme. So I'm working everything around the Sweetest Christmas, okay? All of the make and takes. It's all Christmas stuff. And you can design your Christmas card that weekend. We can start cutting and getting it ready for you. And I'll have paper for sale too, and envelopes and that sort of thing. September 1, I'm emailing everyone with a list of items that you do need to bring, okay? You're gonna need a craft light because we need that at nighttime. So that's one thing you'll need, but we'll get into all that after we get the registration finalized. But do sign up by August 17th. Don't pay the extra $10 afterward, okay? Because starting August 19th, I start cutting paper for the retreat, okay? So that's why I need that early bird registration. You don't want to register late, okay? All right, well, I'm excited. Let me move this computer out of the way. And we're gonna get started. All right. So, have you ever made a card and you thought it was gonna turn out really cute, and then after it's made, you really don't like it? Well, that happened to me today. It happened to me this morning. And of course, I was on crutches at the time, and I couldn't get to things that I needed to get to without falling. I have not done well on the crutches, ladies. It has not been good. I'm safer sitting down. So anyway, I redid the card. So we're gonna make the good one. I hope you'll think it's good. We're gonna make the good one, and then I'm gonna show you the one that I really didn't care for, all right? So I hope you like it. Anyway, I really enjoyed working with the Bottled Happiness bundle right here. This is the stamp set, and if you haven't had a chance, go back later and look at my Tip Tuesday, and I talk about punching out these bottles, all right? And I also show you how to create this darling little wine glass. So go back to Tuesday's Be Creative Tip Tuesday and look at that. Don't do it now. Do it later, okay? It does, I know. Carol, I so agree. It does happen, and it happens when you don't expect much. I know, exactly. When you don't expect much, it turns out. And when you're trying to get a card done for Facebook Live, the pressure is on. And it was on today, and anyway, the creative juices are starting to flow. They're getting there. All right, and so here is the punch that goes with it. You're gonna find both items in the annual catalog. tonight you're going to discover how these two work together. And it has some awesome sentiments as well. So are you ready to see the first card? Now, this is the one I like, okay? After we make this one together tonight, I'm going to show you the one I don't like. All right? So that's our card. I'm using the end colors. I love using the end colors. They're so awesome. Janelle, I cannot handle crutches. I had no idea how uncoordinated I was. In the last 3 weeks, it's been rough. But this is our card tonight. I hope you like it. I'm using a celebration paper. And of course, I'm using the stamp set and the punch. All right. And I wanted to show you this paper. Did I pack it up? I'm packing it to take with me for my classes this weekend. I think I packed it. And I want to show, oh, here it is. I do want to show you the paper that when you do place a $50 order, you can get this free. So let's look at the paper first, okay? Here is one of the pieces. This is the piece that we're going to use tonight. And this is the opposite side. This is Poppy Parade in Mint Macaron. And then, of course, we've got Night of Navy, Crushed Curry, Parakeet Party. Then here's another one. This paper, by the way, was designed for all 4 seasons, okay? So here's another one. Joanne, I thought of you so many times with the crutches because I knew you had a knee scooter. And if I could have gotten to you, I would have borrowed your knee scooter because that's really what I needed. Hi, Joyce. So here's one of the other papers. And I can't remember the name of this paper. Here's the opposite side. Is it Rings of Nature or something? Look at the birds. I'm loving the birds. This is some gorgeous paper. Look at this side. Isn't that pretty? But I'm loving the birds. They're so sweet. These are the houses. Wouldn't that be great to welcome someone in their new home? Do a card with that. All right, check out this piece. Gorgeous. How gorgeous is this? Y'all tell me the name of it. I can't remember. Is it Rings of Nature? Here are the mushrooms. Again, this paper was designed. I didn't show you the back side of this, did I? Oh yeah, I did. The paper was designed for all 4 seasons. Here are those rings right there. Rings of love. Thank you, Mary. And these are the poinsettias. Aren't they pretty? By the way, it's got Evening Evergreen in here as well. And then we've got the trees right there. All right, so that's our paper. It's super pretty. And I'm using this piece tonight, and it goes really, really well with the end colors. Hi, Deborah. All right, so that's the paper. And let's go back to the card. What did I do with the card? Here we are. All right, so I'm going to give you some measurements, okay? I am actually starting with Starry Sky cardstock. All right, so this is Starry Sky. It's one of the new end colors. And if you purchased my end color share box, you have this color, ladies. It's already cut and scored for you, okay? So it was 8.5 inches by 5.5 inches. I scored at 4 1/4, and then we folded to create a card base, okay? Now, the next piece is Parakeet Party, another end color. This is in your end color share box, by the way. This is measuring 4 inches right here and 5 1/4 inches right here. All right, so that's a layer. Then what we're going to do is we're going to put this basic white layer right on top of Parakeet Party tonight. And so it's going to be just a tad smaller. You see that? How it's just a little bit smaller. Hi, Karen. I'm so happy to be back. Thank you. All right, so this basic white piece Look at that measurement. It's 3 7/8, okay? So I'm gonna pull the parakeet party away, and 3 7/8. And then we're gonna turn it, and then you're gonna have that measured at 5 1/8 of an inch. All right, so that is your basic white layer, okay? The in color, Jane, the in color share box that I have left, I'll send you all the details. Will you message me your email address? Is it $57, ladies, or was it $59? It includes the free class. There are 5 make and take cards in there as well, Jane, okay? So there's a lot in there. Glimmer paper, designer paper, cardstock, everything. All right. So getting back to the Rings of Love designer paper, this piece is going to be 1 1/4 inches wide and 5 1/8 of an inch. Okay, you see that? Got to go a little bit over 5. All right. Okay. So that's what we're going to do first. We're actually, believe it or not, we're going to go ahead and we're going to put that designer paper on here, okay? Now, the reason we want to do that is so we know about how much spacing we have over here, okay? We don't want to stamp this right in the middle because the designer paper will cover it up. So it's really important to get our designer paper on here, or at least lay it there so that you know about what your stamping space is, all right? Okay. You're gonna see this paper again on the next card as well. I am out of tape. I knew that was gonna happen, so hang tight. I'm gonna put my refill in. See, I was all ready for that. I knew it was gonna run out. All right, hang tight. I'm gonna get this one working. All right. And then we're gonna lay that right there, okay? And now we're gonna do our stamping. Okay. Well, let's go ahead and what should we start with? Let's start with the flowers, okay? How many of you have stamped with this set? Have you done that yet? All right. So you're gonna notice, let me get the stamp case and show you. You have 2 images right here. This image is your flowers, so you want that to be really colorful. And these are your leaves and stems and centers of flowers. And so, you know, you might want that evening evergreen, parakeet party, mossy meadow, old olive. You can put it in any color, but I chose the parakeet party for tonight. These layer together, okay? This is 2-step stamping. That's what we call that. So the first one we want to start with are the flowers. And we're going to use Poppy Parade, all right? Poppy Parade, by the way, is in this designer paper, so that's why I chose this paper and this color, this ink color, okay? Hey, Chris, welcome. All right, so we're gonna ink this up. I'm also at the point that I think a lot of my pads need re-inking. All right, so what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna stamp about right here, and that should take care of it. I should have used my mat, which I actually have my Stampin' mat over here. So I'll just press hard here. All right, so there are, that's my first image. All right, now I'm gonna close up the Poppy Parade, and I'm gonna get out the parakeet party. All right, and this can be a little tricky, and you might end up seeing my head because I literally have to look over this stamp to fit everything in. It actually fits in pretty cool. There are little flowers on this block here. I know it's going to be hard for you to see. They're different places. Those little flowers fit right in here, okay? So it's really like a puzzle. And we're gonna ink it now in Parakeet Party. And by the way, practice before you put it on a card takes a little practice. I'm gonna zoom out. I'm gonna have to move this closer to me. And let's see, I wanna zoom out, but I also wanna zoom in so you can see. So I'm gonna try and zoom in. All right, so what I'm gonna do is line up those little flowers that go in these spaces. And that's gonna help me a lot. All right, but when I close in on the camera, then I can't see over the stamp. So it really makes it a bit difficult, but I'm gonna do my best here. Even if I'm off a little bit, it's gonna be fine. It's a flower, right? Are there any perfect flowers? I forgot my Stampin' mat again, but maybe you can see. I'll even zoom in closer now before I lift that up. Do you see those little flowers now? They're right in the center with the other flowers. All right, so that really is key, and that's what you want to practice before you create a card. All right, so in looking at this, I did pretty good. I might be off a little bit here and here. If I had the opportunity to stand over it and really look right over it, I would have done a better job, but I wanted you to see what I was doing. So it's a little tricky. All right, while I have the Parakeet Party out, let's go ahead. You know what? I'm gonna bring in my Stampin' mat for the rest of this, and we're going to be stamping a wine bottle in Parakeet Party, all right? Thanks, Sally. Thank you, thank you. And then we're gonna just stamp it right here. Hopefully we get a nice image. All right, so that one's pretty good, but I'm gonna try again. Let's see if I can get a better one. Now, when you first get your stamps, ink them and stamp with them a few times, okay, before putting it on your cardstock. You just kind of want to christen that stamp. All right, so we're gonna go with this one. And that means we need a punch. All right, so this is the vintage bottle punch. And all we have to do is insert this. This is such a super easy punch to work with. And now we have our wine bottle. All right, so we'll set that aside. And then we're gonna bring in some scrap paper. And I'm gonna need my Sweet Sorbet, and I don't want Night of Navy, I want Starry Sky. So Starry Sky and Sweet Sorbet. Let me flip that over. Let me get this out of the way. And we are going to be inking up 2 of the smaller bottles, all right? So here is the shorter vase. And all right, so we have that, and then I need my stamp cleaner. It is tricky lining the stamps up. So when they're photopolymer and you can look right through it, oh my gosh, it's so helpful. I used Parakeet Party ink on Parakeet Party paper, Laura, for that wine bottle. All right, this is Starry Sky. All right. And I'm gonna go ahead and clean that stamp with my chamois. And while I'm at it, I need to clean all of these because we're gonna need these for the very next card, okay? All right, and by the way, you wanna hang on till the end because I'm giving away a prize tonight. It is our summer punch party. So each Wednesday night, I'm planning on giving away a prize along with the cards. All right, so you don't wanna miss it. You need to be present for that, okay? All right, so let's get rid of Sweet Sorbet. Now, I'm going to do some more stamping. I've already taken the time to stamp, or excuse me, to cut out a shape. It's a stitched circle, and it's from Stylish Shapes, okay? I just can't get my camera right tonight. There it is, Stylish Shapes. I used the smallest circle, and that's actually going to be for the words, okay? And let's see if I can stamp this. I went on and cut the die cut just because it saves us time. Super easy die for cutting. All right, and again, let's see if it turned out. Yep, we did all right, so we'll use that. I'm gonna set that aside. All right. Now yesterday in my Be Creative Tip Tuesday, I did show you how you can use your vintage bottle and you can actually use it and to cut out your vase. Now it's going to make your vase smaller, okay? But it would actually work on the card we're making tonight because look how I've tucked under this vase right here, okay? I'm just going to go, wonder what should I do? Should I do that? You know what? Let's do it. You know what I'm going to do? I am going to offset this. Look at the card and see the Starry Sky vase, how most of the left side is tucked under the bottle. So what I'm doing is I'm going to take that punch and I'm just going to line it up on the edge, okay? And I'm going to punch it out. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to take my paper snips just like that. And again, this was on my Tip Tuesday from yesterday, but be sure to watch it because I also teach you how to make a wine glass. All right, see that? That is actually going to work. So we didn't have to fussy cut the entire thing. How cool is that? All right, we have one more. This time we really are going to cut this one out. We're going to fussy cut the whole thing. So how many of you like fussy cutting and who doesn't? I like it. It doesn't bother me at all. I love doing stuff like this in front of the TV. So to me, it is not a chore. It's actually kind of fun. I'm going to get closer. I just want to get around that. And now what I'm going to do is I'm going to go back. And get a little bit closer. All right, so Nancy likes fussy cutting. Good, Nancy. All right, so there's our bottle. That wasn't too hard, was it? So that's easy to cut out if you have to fussy cut. And let's see here. So everything's been done here. We're now going to assemble our card, okay? Hi, Jeannie. Welcome. All right, we are ready to add our parakeet base. Here's my Stampin' Seal. Right along here. And we're just gonna layer this. It just gets centered, okay? Super easy layering right there. All right. And then we're gonna go ahead and we're gonna add the piece that we've stamped. Remind me, I'm gonna show you the card I didn't like, okay? Right after we finish this. After I created the first card, I'm like, I can't do this tonight. I don't like this card. All right, so now we've layered that. So Sharon doesn't mind fussy cutting, that's good. All right. So let's add the wine bottle right here first. And of course, you know I'm gonna pop this up. So Becky doesn't like fussy cutting, never looks good enough. All right, I think I might add a mini here if I have any minis. Do I have any minis here? Excuse my reach, just looking for my adhesive. All right, I haven't even shown y'all the second card. I think you're really gonna like it. So would you all make these cards? Would you make this one here? I'm gonna put this right here. All right, so it's just kind of dead center here. And then I'm gonna take the sending cheer. This stamp set has a lot of nice sentiments. I just like the way this one fit on the bottle, okay? And now this one, we're actually going to use this. So Carol doesn't like fussy cutting, Carol. I did not know that about you. I had no idea. Now look what we're gonna do. We're just gonna tuck that right inside. And you know what? Nobody even knows that we use the punch, all right, and only cut half of the bottle. How about that? Let's add some more dimensionals to this. Let's see. Yeah, I think that'll work. And we'll use a mini. All right. Yay, Mary, I'm so glad, thank you. Nancy says this bundle's on my list. I need to get the paper and the ink pads and add them to my collection. Absolutely, absolutely, and the paper is free, all right? By the way, there was a Stampin' Up! Announcement this week that said Celebration products are available while supplies last, all right? Now, I have no idea what's in low inventory. Maybe there's nothing in low inventory, but I don't know that. So just keep that in mind for those items that you really, really want. Get those first, okay? I'm so glad you all like the card. That makes me feel so good. It is bright. Oops, too much. It is bright and cheery, and you know what? We're going to give this away tonight, so stick around to the end, and maybe I'll be mailing this to you, all right? The small bottle is Sweet Sorbet and Starry Sky. These are our brand new in colors, and this is Parakeet Party, all right? And then Poppy Parade and Parakeet Party again. Okay, now are you ready to see? Oh, you know what? Let's add some embellishments. By the way, the In Color share boxes have a full package of embellishments, ladies. So you have these, okay? You've got these embellishments. I'm going to add a large one here. As you can see, this is what I have left on this sheet. So I'm really trying to get rid of that. And then in your In Color share box, you already have this. Let's see, we'll put one there. I did the same color there, and maybe maybe I'll do Parakeet Party. You didn't even see that. I am so, so sorry. All right, so I've added the In Color matte decorative dots. They're in the In Color share box, okay? So most of you have those. I'm so glad you like the card. Thank you. That makes me feel so good. Oh, Joyce doesn't like the fussy cutting. Thank you, Joyce. That's a nice compliment. All right, are you ready to see that card that I really didn't like? Here it is. This was my first card today. So let me show you what I did differently on this one, okay? This is a crumb cake vase. And then I actually stamped the flowers and I cut them out. Yes, I did fussy cutting for all of that. I felt like I had too much white space up here. I've got a Night of Navy card base and a Poppy Parade layer, okay? But I used a brown vase because I wanted to pull out the brown in the designer paper. So that's why I did that. But I wasn't overly excited about it. It was kind of flat to me. So I just needed something else up here. So that's when this card was born. So what do you think? And you know, this is Night of Navy, which is the coordinating color for this designer paper. But this is Starry Sky, and I like this a lot better with it. It's brighter, you know. Thanks, Carol. I'm glad you like the second card or the first card, whichever one it is. I don't know. All right, but that's our card, and we'll give this one away this evening. Oh, you know what we're going to do? Let's get an envelope. I have cut another piece of designer paper. We're going to put this on the envelope flap. So let's talk measurements for this. Oh yes, I should add a bee or a butterfly. Pam, I didn't even think about that. All right, we're going to do the envelope flap. And so I cut it out about 6 inches, which is too long. And then 2.5 inches wide. All right. So when I do that, I will share this circle with you in just a second, Laura. It's from Stylish Shapes. It's one of our new die sets. It has stitched circles and stitched squares and stitched banners, okay? So this is directional paper, so I want to make sure that I have it going the right way. All right, again, working on the envelope flap. If you're in one of my classes this weekend, you're going to be doing an envelope flap. All right, so all you do is trim right around the flap. Now you really don't, you could put the adhesive on the flap, but I kind of find, I don't know which way I like it best. Maybe putting the adhesive on the flap is better. I'm not sure. I do it both ways all the time, so I really don't have a specific way that I do it. All right. Thank you, Sharon. It is much cheerier, and I think that's why I like it better. Yeah, I think you're right. All right, so here we are. All right, so now you've got a beautiful card to go with a matching envelope. All right, so you don't have to leave your envelope bare, okay? We didn't even do the inside. We could have, but we didn't, all right? Okay, I'm gonna show you the very next card, and then I'm gonna give you measurements, and I did type up these measurements for you, okay? Oh, Laura, these are the dies that I used, that little tiny circle right there. You get 15 dies and they have stitching. They're pretty awesome. Nancy, you know at one time Stampin' Up did make a die for the envelope. I still have it, but they did have one some time ago where you would create an envelope liner to go inside the envelope. So anyway, yeah, the paper's awesome, isn't it? It's really good. Okay, so I'll give you a peek of the card. You ready for this? This is our second card. All right. We're going to change up one thing to make it even cheerier as we go. But here's our card. Do you see? I'm going to show you how to do a shaker card. And check this out. It's an easel card. All right. So it's probably going to be hard for you to see, but it stands up. See that? So that's the easel card right there, okay? And I'm going to show you how to create that from start to finish, all right? Okay, we're going to go over our measurements, all right? So if you want, you can take a screenshot of the measurements. Let me zoom out a bit. I will post this on my blog tomorrow or Friday, all right? I'll put a little blurb on Facebook telling you that, that it's posted so you can get the measurements there too. All right. I'm gonna grab the paper so that I give you the right measurements, okay? Oops, don't fall. All right. So this is the easel card we're making, and I was inspired to make this card by another demonstrator. I saw it on the demonstrator planning place in different designer paper. So anyway, that was my inspiration for that. And of course, I can't remember her name. It's on my phone, but I can't get to my phone because it's showing you the measurements right now. All right, so just a few more minutes with those measurements. All right. Okay. And everybody get that? Oh, Simone wants to win both cards. I'm so glad you like them. At 9 o'clock this morning, ladies, I had no idea what I was making. I'm not kidding. Now, next week, it's all about sailboats, and those cards are already ready to go. But this one was a little more challenging just because I couldn't get to my room. All right. All right, I'm going to move the measurements, okay? And you'll see those again. I'm going to bring in the easel card again, give you a close-up. And then these words are from the Bottled Happiness set, okay? All right, I want you to look at the easel part because that's the part that we're going to create first, okay? All right, so I'm actually gonna start with a standard sheet of 8.5 by 11 inch Night of Navy cardstock. Now, if you wanna use Starry Sky, go for it. It'll be really cute in Starry Sky. Okay, and now I'm gonna bring in my Stampin' Trimmer right here. Love this thing. And the first thing I'm gonna do is I am going to cut my cardstock along the 8.5 inch side. And I'm gonna go over here to 4 1/4. By the way, what I'm doing right now is showing you how to create a card base, basically. This is just a card base. All right, so there we go. We're gonna need one of these, okay? So set this aside. This is going to become the card base. I'm also going to need another piece of Night of Navy. I do want it to be 4 1/4, so there we are. And I want it to be 5.5, okay? I don't need this piece, so I'm gonna set it aside, but I do need this piece, okay? We're gonna do some scoring. You know what? I didn't put scoring measurements, did I? All right, the first score line that we're gonna do is going to be 5.5. So I'll have to remember that and put in scoring lines. All right, so I am scoring at 5.5. And by the way, I'm gonna take my notes now and make a note of that. You know, as organized as I try to be, I always forget something. All right. Okay, now I've got to look at this to figure out my next score line. So we got 5.5. It's going to be 2 3/4. Let me write that down. And I'll show you 2 3/4, okay? Yay, Carol, good for you. All right, so we've got the 5.5 inch score line. We're going to go over here to 2 3/4. There's 2. There's 2.5, and we're going to go to 2 3/4, and we're going to score. All right, and that's all we're going to need our trimmer for. So the score line's 2 3/4 and 5.5. Okay, now I'm going to fold it on that 5.5 inch score line. Okay, just like that. And then I'm gonna fold this. I'm gonna burnish that so we get a nice crisp line in there, okay? So basically, this is what we have right now, okay? Just like that. It's kind of like a tent, okay? So what we're going to do with this piece is we're going to tape it to this first panel. So I'm going to add my seal here. Okay, you see that? It's on that first panel, okay? I'm going to just fold it in half. I'm going to add this right on top. See if I can get it straight. All right. And then I'm just going to rub that. And when I do that, look what happens. All right. I've created that easel. And I know it's really hard for you to see. All right. But it's basically, you're putting that adhesive on that first panel. So I hope that makes sense. All right. So just like that. Okay. And that's going to create that easel card. Now we're going to take some mint macaron, all right, in this beautiful, and this is another one of the colors in the designer paper. I keep losing my seal here. All right. And then we're just going to center that. So that's your layer there. And our next layer is right here. This is directional paper, so we want to make sure the flowers are going up. I love the back of this paper, by the way. So pretty. And this just goes right in the center. All right, so very easy, basic cuts. There we go. All right. Okay. Now, our next step. Are y'all ready for this? We're going to use some basic white paper right here, okay? And I think we can go ahead and add the designer paper at the bottom. Let's see. Yep, I think we can do that. Do I want that designer paper longer? Nah, I'll do it like that. Sorry, just talking to myself. Let's see. I'm going to go ahead and add the designer paper. That'll actually help me with positioning the flower and the bottle. How many of y'all like to make shaker cards? They're pretty fun. Okay, so this is where we're going to do our stamping. And so this is what we're working on now, all right? So we're gonna do our stamping, and then we're gonna punch our bottle, and I'm gonna show you how to put in that shaker dome, okay? Sue, I loved your comment. Okay, so flowers again. We're gonna do Night of Navy, all right? If you want brighter, go with Starry Sky. There's so many colors in this paper pack, or within the designer paper. The sky's the limit. All right, let me bring in my mat. I'm bringing in the mat because I actually remembered it. And I'm gonna put it pretty close to the top, okay? That's gonna fill that white space for sure. Yeah, the more I work with the designer paper, Arlene, the more I love it. Shaker cards are fun. All right, so there's our Night of Navy. And then we're gonna need some mint macaron. And I'm not so sure that I didn't put that away. So hang on, let me grab the ink pad. For some reason, I did put the mint macaron away. All right, here we go. We're gonna do those leaves again, okay? All right. I'll try and bring this in a little. And then I'm going to try and line up the centers of those flowers. That seems to help me the most. And then you're going to stamp and hold your breath and make sure it worked. Shaker cards are so cool. They really are. Hey, not too bad. I did really well on this one. And I wasn't even standing over it. So see, it does get easier. I really need to re-ink my pads. Gotta put that on my list. All right, we are ready for our punch. Let me zoom out a bit. This is where the fun begins to happen. I'm gonna go ahead and let's see. I'm gonna put that. I'm actually gonna be punching out. If you look at the designer paper, I want the bottom of that punch to be about right in there. I don't want it on this mint macaron edge, okay? So I'm gonna pull that punch up some, and it is gonna punch out these flowers just a little, okay? All right. And then of course I wanna make sure that I am centering it. And the way I center it is, I'm looking at the paper on both sides, and I want to see that it's pretty much in the middle of that. All right. And I'm going to punch. And there we go. Okay. Just be sure to come up. Okay. You don't want it right on the edge. Okay. All right. So now I'm going to get out our vintage bottle shaker domes. Okay. Now, since we're launching our summer punch party tonight, I'm giving away a full package of these, okay? So hang on till the end. You don't want to miss it. You're going to need to be present to win the vintage bottle shaker domes. All right, let's see how many come in here. Oh gosh, I can't even see that. I want to say 10. I'm guessing it's 10. Hi, Anita. How are you tonight? So I'm giving these away. This is what I'm giving away. So don't miss it, okay? All right. Well, let's go ahead and we are going to pull off the adhesive. Just kind of lift that up. There's adhesive on both sides, by the way. Both sides of the bottle. We're going to put that there. And it's in, just like that. Okay? All right, now I need to make sure that I have paper that will cover that bottle, and I do. Okay? So that's the paper I'm going to use to cover up the bottle. Another recommendation to use is the effervescent elements. It's item number 158789. They're going to be in the annual catalog. This would be great to use with a little spoon. And I meant to get a little spoon so we'd have that tonight, and I didn't do it. So I'm going to use my fingers. I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to pull this off before I fill it. If I fill it first, then when I pull this off, I might lose the beads. And I don't want to lose the beads, okay? So I'm just going to pull off that paper. These are in different sizes. I'll be giving this card away tonight too. So we got 3 prizes tonight. You can fill it all the way up. You can fill it halfway up if you want. I think a spoon would work really well. And some of these are so tiny, like I can't even pick them up. But what I like about it is they're effervescent. They look like bubbles, and they're in different sizes. I really filled that one up. All right, so if you get bottled happiness, you've got to add shaker domes and the effervescent elements because they're amazing. Now what I'm going to do is I'm just going to cover this up. And by the way, this adhesive on the shaker dome is pretty sticky. All right, I don't think it's going to leak. I tried to pull mine off today and I could hardly get it off. All right, and I'm gonna flip that back over, and now I've got my beads right there. Okay, I want you to see the card again. You're gonna notice that I put a layer of mint macaron right behind the vase, okay? Well, I just don't think it pops. And so now we're gonna try Poppy Parade, and I think it's really gonna make this card pop, okay? So let's see. I hope no one startles you while the Knox is open. Arlene, what is going on? All right, now I'm trying to put some Stampin' Seal here. What might even be better would be some Tombow liquid glue. But I think we've got enough. You can see how sturdy that dome is. I mean, that sticker is pretty sticky. All right. And then we're gonna pop it up on here because we can. All right. We'll put one in the middle. I'll put one in the middle because it's a little heavier with the shaker dome in it, okay? Isn't this fun? So you can add the Bottled Happiness bundle to your order, add some effervescent elements, and some vintage bottles, and I bet you'll have a $50 order, and then you can get the paper for free. And that, my friends, is the way to do it. All right, so let's look at this card. You can use this for something else. And let's look at this one. So I really think this pops. I like this a whole lot better, okay? But it was too late for me to change it before class. Okay, so let's go work on the inside. Okay, we're opening it up. And now we're going to add some Poppy Parade. All right. Oh, and I should give you the measurements for this. The Poppy Parade is 4 inches by 5 1/4 inches. Let me zoom out just a little. And we're gonna add some Whisper White. I should say basic white. Now your basic white is gonna measure, and I'll show you this one, 3 7/8 by 5 1/8, okay? I'm so glad y'all like the card. I'm so glad I came back. You're making me feel really good. Thank you. All right, so about 1/8 of an inch all the way around. All right, and then we're going to add a piece of designer paper. And this is measuring 1 3/4 of an inch. I'm so glad y'all like this card, thank you. And 3 7/8 of an inch. And let's see, we're gonna add this right to the bottom. Give it some more color. Now you're gonna notice, I keep telling you it's directional paper, but I had a scrap piece. My flowers are going sideways, but I don't think anybody's gonna notice it, so. I guess I got my groove back, Nancy. That must be what it is. All right. Now, I've already taken the time to cut us a banner. It's a basic banner, super easy to cut with their emboss machine. And again, it's from Stylish Shapes, and it is the largest banner. Okay, so that's the banner I'm using. And then I'm gonna get out that Night of Navy again. And we're gonna use Overflowing with Happiness. I'm going to ink that up, and then we're going to stamp it on the banner right in the center there. I got a line. Look at that. All right, well, lucky me, I have another banner, okay? So let me clean that stamp because we don't want a line. We've worked hard on this card and we don't want it to be messed up. I guess it's handmade, right? Not made in China. All right, let's ink it again. I guess I could have put a butterfly on that, right? Or a bee. Probably could have put a bee there. Oh, Joanne, I'm so glad you like the cards. Thank you. All right, it's really important to pop this piece up because this piece is going to hold the card and make it an easel card. This is what makes it an easel card, okay? All right. And then we're going to put that right in the, actually, I'm going to put it more towards the top and not in the center, all right? Because again, this is what's going to hold this to make it the easel card. You're right, Mary Kay. I could have added a B. All right, now I'm going to pull out some solid faceted gems. And I found that these have a lot of the same colors as the designer paper. And let's see, we're going to go with this blue one. This is probably Starry Sky and not Night of Navy, but that's what we're going to use. And we're going to put that about right there. I'm sorry, you did not even see that. All right. Oh, words. I have words. Let's do the words. All right, I am using Inspired Thoughts, and this is in the annual catalog. It was new last year, and I like it because we're going to use, it's your time to be remembered, to feel appreciated, and to know you're celebrated, overflowing with happiness. All right, so you're overflowing with happiness because you are celebrating the person you're sending this to. And I love the font. Isn't that fun? Loving the font. I don't know what font it is, but I like it. All right. Oh, thank you so much. I hope I know not everyone is going to win one, but all right, let's add a few more embellishments. Let's add, what should we add? We could even use this petal pink. I'm telling you, this pack of embellishments really works well with this. Solid Faceted Gems, that's the name of them. Item number 159189. All right, we're just about done, ladies. Just hang in there. I'm not going to keep you much longer. All right. All right. I'll put one there. I'm using petal pink. You could certainly use the mint macaron. All right. And these are in the annual catalog as well. Let's see if I can put that away like that to get all this out of the way. I'm straightening up so that we can have our giveaway. All right. So tonight's giveaways. Oh, let's stand this up. You got to see it standing up. All right. I wish there was a better way to do this. All right, I'm going to hold it like this. This is how it stands up. Okay.